Yeah, first just want to say how remarkable the crowd was today. I mean, unbelievable from the start of the game, the students being out there and being loud, and then everybody being in their seats. I mean, when we kicked off, it reminded me of what it was last year. So it was an awesome job by the crowd, and you could just tell our players, with that fast start, fed off the energy of the crowd. And so I want to thank the students, want to thank the fans for being in the seats. In making this opening game pretty special. SID just told me, Kat just told me that it was the sixth time or sixth largest crowd. Yeah, and for the home opener. First time we've held a team to under 100 yards since 2019. Corey Batoon, can't say how good of a job he did tonight. And then, at halftime I really challenged our players when we were going to sub people out to play to a standard. And not get complacent, and was really, really proud of those guys. Got a lot of different people in the game. Man, that last drive, I think, other than Philip Roche, it was all freshmen on the field. And, man, that is going to be one heck of a defense in the future. Really proud of those guys, and thought they came in and played to a standard. So really appreciative of them. So with that, I'll open it up for questions.
State kind of being a serious unknown.
Yeah.
To prep for. How long did it take you guys to kind of figure them out?
It took us 4 plays. So, no, they had some stuff. They started with some unbalanced formations, but again, that's just a hats off to Corey and his staff for having our guys that prepared and really just answering the bell. We kind of figured that there wasn't going to be a ton of drop back pass, and so we were kind of expecting some of the screen and inside zone and some sweep stuff, and I thought we played with great edges. Corey Flagg, I thought, played really fast today. He jumped out on film. Marvin Burks jumped out, just live making tackles. So really pleased with the way the defense played tonight.
You like the fast start the offense had. What did you like that you saw from your starters, that fast start?
Yeah, I thought they just came out, after the onside kick and executed. We left a few plays out there that we're going to be coming back in and working on. But, I thought, we protected the quarterback really well tonight. I don't think he had any protection issues. And we were fairly efficient. I know in the first half, I think we were 5 of 7 for third down. So, overall it was a pretty good night.
Did you see what you wanted to tonight from your starting offensive line?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought we were able to run the ball. We just missed on a couple of shot plays that we were going to have to connect on and moving in the future. But overall, I thought those guys played pretty well. We'll have to watch the tape. We had a couple of penalties there, but for the most part, I thought they did what we expected them to do.
Coach, for Toriano to come up with that first big defensive
Yeah, how about that?
How gratifying was it to see that for him, and not only for him individually, but that unit, which obviously is finding its way after so many
Yeah.
losses?
Yeah, well, I thought the first best play was the fourth down. Obviously, to stuff a quarterback sneak like that was pretty impressive. And then to come back that very next drive and Toriano to make the play. He's been doing a really good job in camp. He's really been competitive and challenging routes, and for him to be up there and make that play today was pretty awesome. I know it was really special for him. I think he surprised himself because he didn't have a celebration to go to, so we'll have to work on that.
Look at his athleticism, that's a tough play to make, but then to separate and almost stiff arm to complete the touchdown, that almost looked like a receiver more than a defensive back.
Yeah, we got plenty of wide receivers, so we'll keep him over there at the DB position. But no, he's a heck of an athlete. He's a great player. We're fortunate that he, was able to come back and I think all the new guys today. Chris McClellan, has the sack fumble, forced fumble. Champ has a bunch of good tackles. Zion has the pressure when Toriano makes the interception. Toriano made plays. So to see the new guys integrate themselves the way that they have, and for us to play at a high level, I thought, offensively too, Marcus Bryant, Caden Green, I think that all those guys. It was good to see that.
What's your incident thought on how you ran the ball, specifically the first two guys, Nate and Marcus?
Well, exactly what I kind of expected with Marcus Carroll. He's going to be really tough to tackle when he gets his pads downhill. It's going to be a tough out, and you're going to have to really bring a sack lunch to keep hitting him. I thought Nate Noel had some really good cuts. He's got some quickness. I think there's one that his feet got caught up that we're going to wish we had back. But for the most part, I thought those guys played well off of each other. I think both of them had a lot of yards catching and receiving too. Nate had 4, and I know Marcus had a couple too. So I was impressed with their ability to catch the ball.
Looked like Theo and Brett went to the locker room at various points in the first half. Any sense of what happened with them?
Yeah, we were just going to be smart with them in the second half. So I think they'll be fine. Wasn't alarmed by anything afterwards.
Those trouble near misses on the deep balls in the first half. How
Yeah.
do you iron out those
Practice.
games?
Yeah, just go back to practice. Obviously, I think part of that is adrenaline, you know, and so just going back in and figuring out how do we account for the adrenaline in our throws. But they're the right reads. You know, there was one in the second half that was really on us as coaches. You know, Mookie has the big long run on third down and gets about 40 yards. And then we go to a tempo call, and he's the take, and he was just out of gas. So that's really on us. But the other ones, I mean, we'll learn from. We'll get there.
How do you feel about the red zone offense? 7-7 in the red zone, and then the first team with 3 or 4. They were 4-4, but 3 or 4 touchdowns. How do you feel they progressed?
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch the tape. I was really glad that we finished off the half with the touchdown. I just kind of challenged those guys. We weren't going to kick a field goal there, so was pleased with their execution on that drive. You know, we'll have to go back and see. I can't recall any issues that I was concerned about.
Along those lines, that play, I think you had 5 seconds left, no timeouts, and it's a quarterback run. Is that just hey, you're either going to score or we're going to go to halftime and not worry about?
Yeah, it was the right hash, and the ball was on about the 2.5-yard line. So I just told Kirby to call our 2-point play right there, and we're going to treat it like a 2-point play. So, you know, we were either going to execute and get in, or we weren't. So.
Aside from some infractions up front, the 1s and the 2s, how would you characterize how the O-line looked consistently at point of attack tonight?
I'm going to have to go back and watch it. I mean, I thought we had some good holes. I thought there was a couple of plays where if the ball gets handed off, you know, Brady throws the free access outlets that we would have had, you know, even more yardage. Obviously, the false starts, you know, false start right there on that 4th and goal can't happen. So, you know, there's always things that you got to clean up. But I think we're where we wanted to be, and now we just got to keep improving. I mean, the name of the game is how much better can you get. And you know, 2 years ago, we had a big win and then kind of laid an egg the very next week because we thought we patted ourselves on the back, you know, for a week. So we're not going to do that. We're going to get in there. We're going to figure out how to improve, and we're going to attack it this week in practice.
Yeah, Coach, can you talk about the decision to have the players link arms on the way out of the tunnel and, you know, what the message is this season?
Yeah, the message is this is a new team. This is a new thing, and you know, we want to show that, you know, together we're stronger. So it was really just about this is the way we're going to do it this year. So really appreciate the seniors and the captains coming up with that, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Coach, Drew Pine came in their third quarter, went 10 of 11. What did you like about his performance in the week today?
I thought he played an excellent half, made some really good decisions, showed toughness, didn't show a ton of athleticism on that quarterback run, but that's not why he's here. No, I was really proud, you know, of Drew to the way the season ended for him last year, for him to come back and the way he's been just an awesome teammate, pushed Brady, but also complimented him, and then for him to get a half of football in there and was just making great reads, you know, putting the ball exactly where it needs to be, and so really impressed with him.
50-point shutout at home. What does that do to start the rest of the season, or what does that maybe say about what your summer was like?
Well, I think, you know, our team wanted to come out and show everybody that this is a new team, you know, and this is a new thing, and we're going to have our own identity, and so I'm really proud of those guys for setting the standard. But like I told them in the locker room, like, this is just the start. You know, the goal was to be 1-0, and we got to make 1-0 decisions this weekend, and we got to come back ready to work Monday, because from here, I mean, each game it's going to get a little bit more challenging, and so we got to meet those challenges head on with improvement and improvement mindset.
Was it strange to watch someone not named Harrison Mevis kick a field goal?
Yeah, really impressed with Blake tonight. Thought he did a great job with the extra points, the kickoffs. Obviously, we had the one where he's trying to overkick, but you know, I thought he did a really nice job, and it was just great for his confidence.
Coach, what did you make of Nick first game at corner?
Nick DeLoach.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and watch the tape. I know he had that one key pass breakup on a third down. It looked like in the third quarter. And I thought he had a pretty good perimeter play in the second quarter. But outside of that, I don't remember anything, which is probably good for a DB.
Did anything stand out about having the helmet communication or video on the
Yeah, we just gotta, obviously we screwed up the end of half right there with Brady when the clock was running, and he thought we were in the communication. We were telling him you got to go, and he thought we were making a check, and so that was what the communication was there. So we're gonna have to figure that out because in a critical situation, that clock blunder right there is massive.
Eli, is that trick play from the second quarter gonna get home core this season?
There was a trick play?
The goal line went outside the numbers and.
Oh, that's a bad deal too, because we've been practicing that play for about 18 months, and it's called Bulldog because Fresno State Bulldogs. It's Kirby's play, and he doesn't want to run it, so we've been goating him like the whole offseason. Like, you're never going to call it. Why do we even have it on the call sheet? So he ends up calling it, and then he fumbles it, and he's pissed at us right now. Let's just be honest about it. So no, we will never run that play again, and too bad. It's a good play.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. MIZ.